Okay, so in this video I am going to show you how to configure Audacity, especially the audio setup, because I've received a number of comments from the previous video in regards to how to record sounds playing on your computer. And there's just a few things to consider first. And that is, first and primary concern, is the sound on the computer, the peripherals for sound on your particular computer. Now, every computer is different and every computer has different sound cards and so forth. So what I am using here is a laptop, and suffice to say, the vast majority of laptops now that are deployed and delivered come with an inbuilt microphone. Now what I am using here in my configuration is a headset, and it happens to be a Plantronics Blackwire headset. That's irrelevant. In your case, you might have a different headset, HP, Sennheiser, etc., etc. That doesn't matter. But what I like to do in terms of configuration is to disable all of the other sound cards. We're in recording now in this instance. So disable all of those. How do you disable those? You just right click. So that is enabled, and if I right click again, that is disabled. Now as it happens, this particular recording device is the inbuilt microphone array. The quality of that is not as good, in my opinion, in comparison to, say, a good quality headset. Setting that aside, another point to make note of is that if you are recording either with the microphone on your headset, like I'm doing here, or with the inbuilt microphone, if there is background noise in the office or wherever your laptop or computer is located, that will also be recorded. So that's important to take note of. Now, there is another alternative to that to resolve that issue, but that is with the older laptops that have an independent input jack and output jack. I won't go into that for this video. So I'm happy with this. So I have my headset set up and it's enabled. And now I want to go to playback because that's important as well. And again, I have my headset set up for playback. And I have the rest of them, the rest of the playback speakers, shall we say, disabled. Now, in this particular instance, my headset is a mono headset. That is to state that there's only one side that I can hear through. The other side is open. That may have an impact on the quality also in terms of recording, so just bear that in mind. So once I have that set up on the computer, I just open up Audacity, which I have here, and I click on Audio Setup as before, and let's go through that again. So I click on Host, and again the default is MME. We change that to Windows Wasapi. So that's that done. Then we go to Playback Device. Now remember, this is linked into playback on the sound card on your particular computer. So playback here is Plantronics headset, and if we click on playback here, it's recognized it. Let me just drag this over there just so that it comes on the full screen. So there we are. So when we choose playback here, it is the Plantronics Blackwire headset, and that's what we want. That's what we want. Now, if there were more than one audio playback device enabled, then that would have popped up as a choice on your Audacity playback device setup. As I said, to make it easier, I disable all of them and just focus on the one that I'm using primarily. Now again, we jump to recording, and as you can see, there's two options here. Now this is important. If we click on recording here, we can see again it is the headset microphone, and if we go down here and we choose inside Audacity recording device, we want to choose Plantronics Blackwire. We want to choose loopback version. So that's that done. And then we go down to recording channels, and as I stated to you previously, because this particular headset is a mono headset, it's actually recognized this on Audacity as well. and there's no choice there, so that's the default choice. So that is basically it. That is the setup. And if you want to just look at a summary of all of those configurations in one place, you can choose the audio settings devices. And again, to summarize, it's Audacity. The playback device is Plantronics, and if we look over here, there it is, the Plantronics. And the recording device is Plantronics Blackwire, and there we are, Plantronics Blackwire. I leave this as it is because it's just the default configuration. Now let's have a look and test it out. Now before I jump on to that, I just want to show you where this sound card is. And again, it depends on your computer. Windows 11 might be different. I'm using Windows 10, but they're fairly similar. And if we go to the desktop, down in the bottom right hand corner, you should see a speaker icon. If you right click that, and you should have sounds. If you don't, you can open up, do a search inside and look for sounds. And here we are. Here is the sounds card on the computer. Okay. Now let's test it out. So here we have a online course there that I did previously. And if we go over here, we have our Audacity. So it's a simple case of pressing record.
So we've already looked at culture and climate. We've looked at the vision, and we've looked at missions. The last and significantly important part are values.
So there you are. Now, that is it. So let's just try and play that back. I have the audio file here. Let's play it back. Now, to edit this, you just simply highlight this and press Ctrl X to cut. Other aspects to consider as well, if you want to press Ctrl B, you can incorporate your own title inside that audio file. So whatever that's going to be. First section. Well, let's have a listen back first and see what he was going to talk about. Now, as you can see, this is an important aspect here. It's popped up stating that there is no sound card and whatnot. How do we remedy this? Well, we can go back into the audio setup, host, and choose MME. So that's the default. Let's just try it now.
So we've already looked at culture and climate.
There we are. Now, culture and climate. So let's just have a look and just, I suppose how I'd work this is I record, and then at the end I go back over the actual file to edit it and so forth. And that might be another video which I might do at a later stage, but just to suffice to say, let's just jump in just for 2 seconds just to show you. So to quickly play on, you just press the space bar.
So we've already looked at culture and climate. We've looked at the vision, and we've looked at missions. The last and significantly important part are values.
Okay, so values. So that part is going to be about values. So if I could press Ctrl B on my keyboard and I type in values. And now when I go at the end of that file, I save it. And when I want to go to export to an MP3, I press export and I export multiple. Let's just try that there. And as you can see, there's only one particular file. So I want to choose MP3 and it's going to be insane, so the maximum quality. And that's basically a press export, and it exports all of the actual sliced MP. It slices up the audio based on the labels that you have in there. So you have a nice audio book of your audio file. And what else can I say? Well, that is it basically. If you have multiple audio files, let's assume that the file is very large, and you want to start later on, or you want to append on the audio onto the next version that you have. You just simply open up the actual audio file, press transport, and press, where is it? Might be different on this one now. Transport options. append audio is what it's called. On a previous version it is under transport, but it's not here. So I will maybe look at another video in terms of that, but something small really. So that is the end of this tutorial. I hope I've answered some questions there in regards to the comments on the previous video, and thank you for watching.